How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Radical Computer Solutions YouTube channel. My name is Tom, and welcome back to my playthrough of Gamedec. So, in our last episode, we found out that our buddy Ken was apparently murdered just before we were supposed to meet him at this bar here. Alrighty, so it says get to the crime scene. I remember we just got, I believe, permission from that insurance agent that was over here a second ago, so now we should be able to get over here. Hamalau looked at me and stretched his thin lips into a grimace that resembled a smile. I took care of it. As my hired expert, you are officially authorized to investigate this case. You may come in. Alright, Sergeant Korn. Hiru. Let's talk with Sergeant Korn, I guess, first. The Outranger frantically flipped through the data on the Infolia. She didn't pay attention to me. What are you doing here? I said I can't let you in. I felt a dull pain in my head again. Maybe I can take care of this. Let's try and handle it myself. Shook my head as if trying to get rid of a growing migraine. Send him to hell. Yeah, no. I signaled him with my eyes not to interfere. Ken's death. Kenju's death. What's your hypothesis? Why? Did you hear the story the captain is trying to shove down our throats? That beacon bullshit? Why do you think it's bullshit? Because it doesn't really add up. And even if, I can't stress this enough, even if it did, it would be damn harmful to us. Harmful? How come? Who's responsible for the maintenance of these beacons? We are. If it turns out we've overlooked a glitch, we're screwed. What exactly doesn't add up about that hypothesis? Well, for one, the beacon's logs are empty, and of course the report doesn't even mention this. It's about her hypothesis. So what do you think happened? He was shot, that's certain, but not by a beacon. A human did this. Your name is Cornelia Delia. Quite peculiar. What's it to you, pal? I didn't choose my name, or my surname. It's from the Rejuvenation era. I guess it's fine, but I hate Cornelia. It was my grandma's name. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. You flew here with an entire unit. Is there anything I should know about it? I wouldn't call us a unit yet. We still need to work some things out, and I'm not sure we ever will. So far, it's a group of mavericks. The drone operator is a spoiled kid in an unbelievably expensive gen skin. Captain Basilides... Yeah, sure. Captain Basilides struggles with his own demons, and then there's Tancred. The drone operator's using an expensive gen skin? Can Outrangers even use those? They can. It's actually safer that way. And yes, it's terribly expensive. I've never seen one like this before. I'll send you an article. What did you mean when you said that Sorry, guys. What did you mean when you said that the captain struggles with his own demons? Let's keep this between you and me, but he's been acting really weird. Work used to be the most important thing for him, but now... It's just a hunch, but it seems as though he's struggling between his duty and emotions. No, not like that. He seems conflicted between service and family, but I may be wrong. I'm not a telepath. Either way, something's eating him, and it's sad. Okay, how about you, Hiru? Even though he complained about the rain, the man didn't move. Skinny man's glasses flashed as he looked around. He almost resembled a spirit from another world. Okay, I guess I don't talk to him yet. Director...
What do you want?
I'm sorry, but you're interfering with my duties. Martin 32, I love pierogies. Wow, okay. Oh, this is good. Just make it a bit sexier. Mac. Ms. Brute's line was a bit rough. You're interfering with my... The woman flexed as if she was advertising a new brand of Slimming Cream. Investigation. Was that good? Ma'am, we don't talk like that. That would be unprofessional. That was amazing. I'd even ask you to lower your voice to a sensual alto, but they'll moan about it because Miss Brute has a different timbre. Let's see. What the hell is going on? Sorry, can you tell me what's going on? I'm not really up to date. These people are interfering with my duties. We're not interfering. We're doing field research for a biopic. It's making me uncomfortable. It's making me uncomfortable. Can you help me, Mr. Gamedec? Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tancred. Can't you see she's had enough of you? Give her a break and I'm sure you'll get better footage. Now shoot. You might be right. Come on, Mac. Let's step away and discuss the set design. I've got 2 new ideas. Alright, boss. Thanks, pal. And let's talk to this dude. It was a huge Mobrium. I had never seen a machine like that before. The Outranger controlling it was busy with the MCC beacon hovering in front of her. How do you think Ken died? I don't know, but it wasn't the beacon. The cat may know something. It's got access to a part of my psyche from which I'm currently separated. I'd like to take a look at that beacon. Is that okay? MCC beacons are serious gear. Scanners, weapons, AI. You have to be authorized to tinker with them. Well, alright then. Damaged beacon. The malfunctioning MCC beacon had been dragged down to the pavement and was clumsily swaying on the drift field. Don't even think about it. Civilians can't mess around with beacons. Well, I guess let's go inside? Can I not go inside? I can't go inside. Okay. Beowulf, the Outranger's vehicle. They must have arrived in it. Outrangers have their quirks. For one, they adore fresh air, so the windows in their vehicles are always half open. They also dislike circuitry, so I wasn't surprised to see an ignition slot. The key was missing, though. The driver must have had it. On the pilot seat, I found a familiar box made of steel, a trophy case. Every kid knows what they look like. The window was slightly lowered, so I managed to reach into the cabin and feel the box with my hand. It was closed, with a latch. I tried to pry it open like they did in old Hollow movies. Something clicked, the lights on the box lit up, and the alarm went off. An unauthorized de-encapsulation attempt has been detected. Warning, possible environmental contamination. Content decontamination procedure initiated. The box hissed as if it were preparing a cocktail. The indicators lit up, and I heard the muffled sound of an explosion coming from the inside. If there was any evidence inside, I must have destroyed it. Good job. Trash can. The garbage can was fixed in plastic concrete, as if saying, I'll stay here forever. Let's search it. Why is everything glitching? That's kind of weird. I put my arm deep inside the sea of waste. Some leftovers from overcooked dumplings stuck to my sleeve. Not only did I not find anything useful, but the wet dough left a greasy stain and a bad smell. It was filled with cheap game pill packages, disposable drug dispensers, and bottom-shelf liquor bottles. Let's not think about trash. That's weird. Yes, that is a waste of time of your life. The old tourist terminal looked ridiculous there. Where were these people supposed to go? To a different polis? To Gaia? I wondered what that piece of junk could offer people from the lowest layer of the polis. Welcome. Please note that the tourist console belongs to the city Rastick systems. The offer presented by this device is outdated. Feel free to use the holoscreen standing alongside it to get the latest information, including on tourism. Okay. I didn't realize it was just going to repeat itself. What's going on down here? Find out how Ken died. Learn the hypotheses about Ken's death. Okay. Captain. Get the fuck out of here. I'm in charge and I forbid you. Leave me alone, man. I work here too. Sorry, but what's the problem here? None of your fucking business. This man is seriously disturbed. He's trying to destroy my equipment. Gentlemen, this is hardly the place. A man's body is lying in the rain like a pile of garbage. Get a hold of yourselves. Yeah, alright, I hear you. But if it weren't for the body, Pax, got it? Thank you, sir, whoever you are. This nutjob almost destroyed my Metabot. Okay. Let's take a look at the body. Lieutenant Vera. An outranger was leaning over Ken's body. He was pale and clearly disgusted. I leaned in to get a closer look at the body. When I reached toward it, an outranger grabbed my hand. Keep your hands to yourself, civilian. This is a crime scene. Move along, let us do our job. Is there a way I could convince you to let me examine this body? Did you hit your head on something? It's a corpse, and I'm an officer on duty. Ever heard of regulations? Want me to face disciplinary action? Everybody needs something, right? I'm a Gamedec. If you let me see the body, I could do something for you. Oh, that changes everything. In that case, I've got a quest for you. You need to go to the 100-acre wood and get me 3 Ent acorns. You're kidding, right? I wouldn't dare. Fuck me. This city is getting weirder by the day. Time to go back to the jungle. Mr. Hamalo, where are you? Sorry. I'm here. What do you need? I lowered my voice so the outranger wouldn't hear me and pointed my eyes at him. This guy's excuse me. This guy's interfering with my investigation. Sir, this man is my hired expert. I'm sending you the documents. There you go. The outranger looked at some windows, but I couldn't see their contents. When he finished reading, he scowled at me. Fine, go do your thing. The man handed me a pair of super thin nanogloves. Put these on. You don't want your DNA and fingerprints all over the body. Dead body is a terrible sight. It's a memory of someone who once lived. A hideous, untrue, fake memory. The guy's face, as if carved from plastic, was pressed against the wet pavement like a strange, silent object. The gaze of his open eyes was angled unnaturally. Nobody's face should lie on the ground like that. The face of a corpse, maybe, because that's no longer a person. Ken. I leaned closer. I rummaged through his pockets. He had no personal items on him, not even a walk-toe. The sideways-facing eyes had lost any expression or gleam. They resembled those of a poorly designed NPEC. The face, pulled taut by the sidewalk, looked to be smiling crudely. I had an inexplicable hunch, parted his lips and put 2 fingers in his mouth. A stiff tongue, dry saliva. I shuddered. There was nothing else there. I looked at his chest. I pressed on his chest in a few spots, then tapped. Weird. It sounded hollow inside. The sound near the wound should have been flat due to extravasation. It looked like a small gunshot exit wound. His arms and legs were splayed awkwardly. It was like he had been doing some weird mid-air stunts before hitting the ground. It looked like he had been struck by lightning, but the marks were off. I rubbed my eyes and took another look at Ken's arm. Nothing. I was confused. Gently, I lifted his hand. I was stunned. The skin on the inside of his palm was clean, not even a scratch or a bruise. Everything in perfect condition. I checked his other hand. Same thing. His skin should have been torn if he fell and froze in this position. His calf was clean, no bruising. I checked the other leg and it was the same. Ken's pant legs slowly slid back down, covering up the cold, exposed body. Flip. I grabbed Ken by the shoulders and started to gently turn him over. He was heavy and oddly resistant. One of the holographic wings disappeared into the pavement. His head bobbed and was about to collide with the pavement. I noticed something flashing immediately behind it. Protect the head. I released one of his shoulders and grabbed his head, saving it from hitting the ground. I finished turning him over and slowly put the head onto the ground. Only then did I glance back towards the flash, but there was no sign of it. Modern firearms produce enough kinetic force to easily blast straight through a person. I reached out to touch Ken's chest area. I retracted my hand, freshly smeared with blood, and wiped it off on the guy's coat. He was my friend, so he wouldn't have minded. Translucent bat wings protruded from Ken's clothing. I wondered if it was AR or a hologram. I turned off my glasses, but I could still see them. A holo. To create such an animation, Ken had to have an illusion generator with him. I couldn't see it anywhere, so I turned to the Outranger. You see these wings? Take a guess, sir. That's why I keep fiddling with him. I can't find the illusion that generates them. Did he swallow it? Look for a bullet. I slid my hand under Ken's chest again. I felt the cracks in the pavement under the exit wound. I pulled out a metal object. I tore it from the pavement and took a closer look. It was a bullet. There was a bloody hole in his coat, and his back too, it seemed. Not much blood, just a few stains that looked like splatter. Suspiciously little, considering it went straight through him. Well, is there anything else I can do? No.
I can tell facts from bullshit.
Let's ask about his death. The man lying dead here, Ken Ju. How do you think he died? I know what it looks like. Bat wings, the undercity below us. The captain was here first and took the anti-G harness off him. Really? That's what he claims, at least. I didn't see it. But trust me, it's not the beacon that killed him. It must have been a weird, very weird incident. I don't know. I can't make anything of it. This death must be a damn misunderstanding. And the sight is just inhuman. It's disgraceful that he's still here on the wet walkway like a bag of human bones. Maybe the beacon misfired? Does that happen? No, they're advanced artificial intelligence, way smarter than humans. A person could make a mistake, but a beacon? No chance. Believe me, I designed them myself. How do the beacons work in general? They scan their surroundings looking for a new plant and animal species. If a beast comes close, they shoot. These here have a special task. If anything tries to fly or crawl up to the lowest inhabited walkway, beacons have to shoot it down while adhering to all safety measures. People live here. There are two dangerous species around these parts. The toxic fruit bat, a seriously big bastard, and the Rattus mordax venenatus, rat. The rats got clever and don't try climbing up anymore. The bats are dumber and charge sometimes, so the beacons shoot one down occasionally. They fire plasma, that's why there isn't much blood. Blood is no good, trust me. It attracts a shitload of trouble outside the ABB, and honestly, it ruins the view here, so you get it. The victim supposedly had an anti-G harness on? Where is it? They say the captain took it off and secured it, but I didn't see that happen. It's probably in Beowulf. Can you tell me something about the girl in the large mobrium? Tancred Brute? Ah, the infamous Tancred. She rescued some rangers on one of the patrols behind the ABB. She paid an awful price, but now she's a legend. She's only put into the mobrium recently. She shouldn't be on duty yet, but firstly, they're making a holo movie about her, and secondly, she wanted to be. She has therapeutic programs installed that sort of take over communication if she becomes too stressed or relaxed. Supposedly, it's to hasten her recovery. Wow, that's pretty freaking cool. Mutation Control Center Beacon. What is Zeitgeist? An AI-equipped guard that protects us from mutated plants and animals. Let's hack it. City network access helps with this kind of thing. Raystick systems admin credentials help too. I had to find the right name. I scoured the data in search of signatures that fit the beacon. A few caught my eye. I'm going to try this one. I entered the name and got the metabox frequency. To reset it, I had to overload its systems. And to do that, I needed adequate network resources. It worked. Credentials sure were useful. I hoped I had done everything right. At that point, it seemed so. It worked. I had access to the beacon. I tried moving the beacon. Nothing. I changed it to the device view, but it didn't look right. I must have entered the wrong beacon name. Must have entered the technical name incorrectly. I was hacking the wrong device. Alright, let's try it again. It worked. I gained access to the drone. Oops. I opened the systems panel. I thought the shout would be louder. The outranger started moving towards the beacon. What is it? Okay, bye. How about you?
Go away.
He winced and waved at me to stop as I approached. Dude, I get that people from around here are poor, but make sure you've showered before coming close to me. Fucking rude. I walked up to the edge of the sidewalk. It was a good place for the ad drone to spot me. Bored with your existence? Not getting enough sunlight in the lower levels? Treat yourself to a trip to the Ecologos bioestates and enjoy the warm sunshine for an entire day. The bioestates are located within AVBs. Eat natural meals, touch natural materials, discover exotic arc flora. The Ecologos bioestates are not responsible for any complications caused by intense contact with nature. Afraid? Learn more on our website. Well, drone, I need to use your resources. I am owned by Advert Polex. I cannot give subsystem access to unauthorized persons. I see that you have a large media audience base. I could enter into an advertising contract with you. Oh, Jesus. Could you show me the contents of the contract? It's a standard contract, but its exact contents cannot be disclosed to the public. The rules are quite simple. The contractor has 24 hours to fulfill the contract. Should the contractor fail to advertise the product specified in the contract to at least 4 other users, the contractor will be charged with a contractual penalty. Advert Polex, your local ad provider on the global market, or STHIDK. You type something, you fucking slot machine. Okay. Sure, why not? Good, let's sign a contract. Fantastic. Please provide your IN. Took out my walktel and issued a command to sign the contract. Wonderful. The current campaign is for the Brutal 99 low caffeine drink. Do you confirm that you want to take part? Yeah, sure, why not? Yes. That's great. I grant you access to my resources. Onward together toward advertising success. It was a standard advertising drone. Even though it operated in the lowest layer of Warsaw City, it was in good shape. Yeah, sure, why not? I opened a list of available ads and picked a sequence that might alter Tancred's emotional state. I confirmed the set of ads and directed a signal straight towards to Tancred's brain. Okay, I guess that's all I can do with that. Deduce how Ken died. Mac.
You do recognize me, don't you?
It was a gynoid, a female-shaped humanoid, the newest model by the Interscope Corporation. Green lips and green makeup. Hard to say if it was real. Looked like she was posing for a microcamera. I couldn't see the device, so I couldn't say for sure. Her mechanical face expressed seductive contemplation as she arched and curved her figure. Who are ya? Who are you, anyway? You don't know me? How embarrassing. Mac Bohr, actress and first model to pose in Immobrium. I thought my fame was... Ugh, never mind. Getting ready for a role. We'll be reenacting a story of Tancred, one of the Greens. I hope I do well. I'm here because of that guy's death. Did you see? Do you know anything? No. Martin told me something cool was happening in Low City and that I could do research for my role, so he came. Poor guy was already dead. What do you think about the Outrangers? Interesting question. Till now, I thought they were just nature-loving simpletons that hated technology. But get this, the famous troublemaker Rama Matan of Sydneyland is one of them. That guy knows how to party. See for yourself. She blinked her metallic eyelids and sent me a link to the article. I don't mean to offend you, but I honestly don't know if I'm talking to a robot or a woman using a mobrium. So could you... Excuse me? I'm human. My brain is sitting in the belly of this beautiful mobrium. But I understand your confusion. This one's a Purshell. They're made to order. It captures my real features. Cool, right? Martin loves pierogies.
No, I don't have a role for you.
The guy was skinny, wore massive glasses with a secondary active pair on his neck, some brightly glowing digital lenses in his eyes. Jeez. He kept looking around impatiently, as if looking for something. Something beautiful. Ugly, sensational, inspirational, that I didn't know. Yes, I'm that famous director. No, I don't have a role for you. Though visually you'd fit right in. Only important stuff, please. I'm busy. How, have you been here long? Well, a while still. Should have come sooner. They say some guy fell from the sky. That's what I heard, at least. That's why we're here, actually. Guy falls from the sky, Rangers arrive, Mac and I receive word and come too. That big green mobrium and the Outranger inside it. Can you tell me something about her? Tancred? Fascinating story. Could make for a great Hollow movie. We're getting ready to film a feature on her. That's why we're here. Problem is, she has a therapeutic programs that activate upon feeling strong emotions. Then she becomes hard to talk to. Okay. Medabot. The Medabot, the pillar of healthcare service. They say doctors became obsolete because these things could easily replace humans. That's really freaking scary. Hack it. In order to hack the Medabot, I needed access to the city network. Basic system admin credentials would have been nice too. First, I had to enter the right name. I started searching the data for codes that fit the Medabot. Some of them caught my eye. Well, that doctor's name is Pax, so let's do that one. I entered the name and got the Medabot's frequency. To reset it, I had to overload its systems, and to do that, I needed adequate network resources. Use admin credentials. It worked. I had access to the Medabot. The Medabot's indicators flashed, its legs swayed, and it greeted its new owner. Access granted. The device had 2 multi-joint limbs, but certainly had some more manipulators up its sleeves as well. Information panels kept flashing on the lid. It was a clunky old model, sturdy and trustworthy.
I'll have to quit smoking at some point in the future.
Fuck. He glared at the soaking wet tobacco as if deliberating whether it was worth picking up. He shrugged and pulled out another cigarette. Fuck all of this. He only noticed me once he lit up and inhaled deeply. He sent me a quizzical glance. I have a few questions, and I wanted... He took a fresh pack of real nicotine cigarettes out of his pocket. From another, he grabbed a lighter, engraved with... sure, whatever that one says. He lit up lazily and took the smoke in, tasting it. I'm burning to help. Sadly, my fire is being doused by a certain problem. There's a hideous toad roaming around here, interrupting my work. I don't want to show contempt for them. I understand, but still, I'd like to... I can't help you until I have my problems under control, understand? Work comes first. Then I can play the Good Samaritan. Seems like you and the captain go way back. Yeah. What happened between you two? What's your story? He ruined my career. It started over a year ago. I worked in the Warsaw City Central Hospital. I had a respectable position, second-degree specialization. We get a call to the ABB, a bite or a sting. I went there with a team. Landed right by the barrier. An outranger unit led by Basilides was scrambling. The victim was a civilian, the captain's partner, Michael Sosnowski. Something bit him on the neck. He went into shock. His airways were closing up. We call it firing up the engines. For your trip to the other side, I mean. The Outrangers kept shouting it was a type of gadfly, Hypoderma bovis toxica. Typically, all you need in such cases are serum, an anti-shock kit, and water. But something was off. A gadfly's bite leaves a swollen lump with 2 red patches around it, and there was a lump, but not a lot of redness. And I saw that lump start to blacken, as if necrosis had already started. I'd only ever seen wolf spider bites progress that fast. What puzzled me was that there was only 1 bite mark, and spiders leave 2. I knew I'd have to cut off his head if it had been a wolf spider, otherwise he'd die. Wow. Spiders sometimes lose their pedipalps fending off wasps or other damn things. I concluded it must have been a wolf spider cripple and made my choice. I loaded this Michael guy into the ambulance, and he literally lost his head before the captain's eyes. He survived, but Besalide sued me. I checked later and found that Sosnowski had pheromone injections done to protect against insects, but not against arachnids. The bite mark was destroyed by decapitation, and the blood from his head machine washed, so there was no solid leads in the investigation. And eventually the court ruled there wasn't enough evidence, so it went cold. But the stench remained. I was let go, and since I wagged my tongue a bit too much, I couldn't find any decent jobs anywhere. So you see, that is our story. I saved his boyfriend. Was I right? I don't know. I could help you with this green problem. Really? Would you do something to make the captain leave? Provoke him to hit you or something? Or find something to discredit him? Sure, why not? I'll try. Pax nodded and sighed with relief. Thank you. What's it like working at the bottom of the polis? It may sound dramatic, but I'd say, like with a knife to the throat. Shootouts happen here, so I need to patch up gang war victims. There are still lots of valuables down there to fight over. Maybe this man got caught in the crossfire. He saw... okay. Oh, that's right, I have this thing now. Cool. What do we got? Graffiti. Sidewalk graffiti was not a common sight. That one was made with permanent paint, so the colors stayed vivid despite attempts at heavy cleaning. Under a large inscription that said, "Analyze it," there was a smaller one. "The end of iteration is near." Was it really? That was how war drivers marked the city system control networks they had opened. These places are described as interfering. It has something to do with harmonic oscillation. I didn't quite get it, but I knew how to look. I gained access to devices connect to the city Raystick network, was our name. I issued some commands and the system displayed all surveillance drones within its range. Say Rami, Panthalon, and Outranger. Okay. And new hoarders. Sticky trash can. The garbage can looked disgusting. When I got closer to it, the stench hit my nostrils, which immediately made my throat swell. I had to suppress my gag reflex. YOLO. I reached inside the can, trying not to touch its sticky edges. I failed. Just below the top layer, I reached some sticky liquid, probably the same stuff that ran down the sides of the bin. I plunged my hand deeper, pushing through things I didn't want to picture. The tips of my fingers finally reached a warm metal object. I pulled out a metal box and wiped the slime off. It was a Metapop battery. That got me interested. Yes, garbage cans. When I first started, I also happened to search through a couple of those. Thought of myself as a bit of a detective back then, you know. I even licked the floor once. No kidding. That's a bit gross. Can we talk to Tancred? A virtual projection of a bird perched itself on the Mobrium's shoulder and stared at me with its huge black eyes while sharpening its claws. What is this? What is this? Overwatch? What's that guy's brain not working? That guy, the robot dude from Overwatch. Hey, moron. My name is Fabio, because I'm fucking fabulous. Okie dokie then. Alright, well. Find compromising materials about the captain or provoke him into a fight.
You're not supposed to be here. Who let you in?
My name is Tom. Just what we needed. A game deck. Who let you in? I'm a game deck. I have a right to be here. If you have any doubts, check them against the regulations. Who doesn't love losing control of the situation? A wonderful feeling. You and this doctor seem to hate each other. You think so? Where'd you get this from? Don't ask for details, but I have my sources. I know things. I don't need to witness an argument to know it happened. Okay. Pax and I have a history, and it's not one with a happy ending. I'd rather he left. Let's get his side of the story. So you and Pax, what happened? It was a little over a year ago. Our unit was on patrol duty behind the ABB. My husband Michael was with us. There weren't many dangerous species in that area. Well, except for insects. They're everywhere. Michael... A gadfly bit his neck. Hypoderma bovis toxica. It got really swollen, so we quickly evacuated. Then an ambulance arrived. And Pax was in it. He was arrogant and confident. The fool said that it wasn't a gadfly, but a Brazilian wandering spider that's lost its fucking pedipalp. I'm just gonna listen. Despite our protests, Pax ordered decapitation to save Michael's life. He lost his body because of that moron. Now he's an involuntary Zeonet. Keeping his head alive costs a fortune, and we can't afford to regenerate his whole body. It's too expensive. With one decision unsupported by any evidence, this prick turned our life into a nightmare. So yeah, this is our history, my friend. No happy ending for me. And since we don't see a way out, well, never mind. Maybe I could help you somehow. And how would you do that? It's kind of understanding. I used to dabble in medicine. I think I could find common ground with your problem. Interesting, but no, you can't help me. By the way, on a completely unrelated note, there's a Metabot hanging around. It pisses me off. I would be over the moon if it finally broke down, huh? I have no idea why I just said that. Why do you want Dr. Pax to leave? It brings back some painful memories. Let's ask about Ken. How did Ken die? However terrible it may sound, it seems that an MCC beacon mistook him for some kind of bat and fired at him. I need to access your drone. Do you now? And I need to access an anti-gravity shower and some good tea. You know what, Gamedec? I won't get that either. See this body soaking on the sidewalk? He had parents, you know. What would you say to his mother? That you'd like some good tea? I don't know what I would say. And don't bother with guilt trips. She isn't here, is she? What does that say about her? About that Pax guy. Yeah, fuck it. Sorry, Captain, but shouldn't the Outrangers try to divert suspicion away from the beacon? What are you implying, son? I think that you're deliberately taking this case in a strange direction. It's a serious accusation. You shouldn't make those without strong proof. And I assume you don't have any, do you? Blackmailed. Maybe you're right, but if there is proof somewhere, I'll sniff it out and get it. I heard that your exoskeletons are so ridiculously slow that kicking your canned asses is like shooting fish in a barrel. A mosquito's buzz. You wouldn't know that sound, but believe me, whatever gets close spatters on my slow armor like a bug on a windshield. I understand that you're captain of these mosquitoes. You say die and they lay dead before their big scary master? I've seen you command your men, and honestly, I'm surprised anyone listens to you. Your mosquitoes, that's another story. They're afraid, but thinking people? Talk all you want, it won't work on me. Okay, well, let's see if we can't get this thing to leave. Check the latest scans. The dialog box told me the last patient to be scanned by the Medbot was Dr. Pax. Click the button that displayed the report. All it needed was a cursory glance. Chest X-ray revealed a tumor situated in the primary bronchi along with multiple metastases. The Latin written diagnosis didn't leave any hope. Stem cell cancer. It even gave the estimated time he had left. 6 months, 12 days, 9 hours. Yikes. Getting disinfected after some dumpster diving felt like a good idea. I gave the command. The Medibot aimed its flaps at me and sprayed me down with aerosol. As if by magic, the mist removed any dirt from my skin and clothes. Moments later, I already smelled like a sterile doctor's office.
What is it this time?
About that Pax guy. Did you know that Dr. Pax is terminally ill? So there is some justice in this world. Let him experience what the death of a body really is. Maybe then he'll understand how valuable life is. There will be no then for him. He can't afford it. He's truly going to die. The man's face froze. He stared at me and blinked as if he were shuffling folders in his brain. Hell, son. All right. I forgive him his sins. I forgive him everything. We're square. Us too, Gamedec. Wow, that didn't take much. Wow. I guess even in the future, cancer is a serious thing. Well, I think we solved his problem. Now I can go talk to Dr. Pax over here. He's not over here, he's over there. Now I go over here. Here he is. He's gonna have to quit this at some point. Are you dying? Not at the moment. I'll fire up the engines in about 3 months, then I'll fly away. Too bad Guy isn't the destination. Assuming the diagnosis is correct. It probably is. So, what's wrong with you? Stem cell cancer. No cure. Believe me, I'm a doctor. But you're a doctor. You could sense your friends. I'm sure they would. A BLB is the only thing that could help me. Can't afford it. Too many debts, and I'm tired. No more of this. Oh yeah, he wants me to get rid of this. Charge the battery. Seat control. Okay, bye.
What is it this time?
Hey, I guess you don't want to talk still. Alright guys, geez, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. Geez, it's been almost 45 minutes. Yeah. And it looks looks like there's still quite a lot that I need to figure out. So, yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps me out. And have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.